is show day. I got my first coat of tan yesterday. I'm feeling real orange, but it's okay. So we're gonna start getting ready. I did check-ins already with my coach. First meal is going to be held off until 9 a.m. I gotta go get my second coat of tan, do my face. I straightened my hair yesterday, but I'm gonna touch that up today. And yeah, we're just gonna live in the moment. So welcome to show day. Thank you for joining me. I'm on my way to, where are we going? The Stafford Center right now. But yeah, it has been a very hectic, crazy morning, but we're on our way. And I have to say thank you again, because he's been driving me around all weekend and taking care of me and making sure that everything is done and taken care of. So thank you again for everything.
Of course.
So we made it to the venue, and I'm currently backstage, just kind of hanging out and waiting. I'm gonna get some posing practice done in just a little bit, but mostly just kind of kicking my feet up and waiting to go on. Funny story, I was rushing out of the house, and so I forgot my food scale, and I forgot I forgot my separate meal prep container that had like my spoon in it that I was going to like put my food into. So that was fun, but obviously surrounded by bodybuilders. So shout out to Garrett for letting me borrow the food scale. So thank you. Thank you. And then shout out to Allie for letting me borrow a spoon because I was sitting there and I was like, you know, I could eat this 100 grams of rice with my hands, but like I would prefer not to. So yeah, fun things, but not the end of the world. So yeah, I think it'll all be okay. Hello. So, obviously, I dropped the ball and did not finish my show day vlog. But I'm here to kind of explain and give some insight as to what the rest of show day looked like. To say the least, it was chaotic. It was chaotic, it was stressful, it was a lot. So I think where I left off was giving you an update before prejudging. I had done check-ins with my coach, things like that. But the show was a lot longer than anybody anticipated. I believe show day was a total of about 16 hours from start to finish. My division was second to last. So that means that I did not go on for prejudging until about 6 p.m. Prejudging, just for a little bit of context, prejudging was supposed to end by 3 or 4 o'clock. And I did not go on for prejudging until 6 p.m. Which also means I did not go back on for finals until about 10 p.m. and I was at the venue until about 11. I did not stay for the end of the show for the last division, but I was told that the show itself did not officially end until after midnight. So yeah, wild, so chaotic, and I have so many emotions and so many feelings, but we are obviously back at home, and yeah, So, kind of to touch a little bit on how everything went. I did not make first call-outs, unfortunately. I competed in a class of 16, I believe. Yes, class of 16. And they did first call-outs, which meant they called out the top 5, and I was not a part of that top 5, which I was disappointed with. But I do not know my official placing just yet. I reached out to get some judges' feedback in my official placement, but I think that there was just so much going on during the weekend of Summer Shred that I have not heard back yet. I reached out again today to hopefully get some answers, because I would like to know how I placed, especially in such a large class. But yeah, hopefully by the time this video comes out, I'll have, an official placement update for you, and if I do, I'll share it here on the screen. But yeah, there's a lot of emotions and a lot of feelings surrounding how the weekend went. Because I did not make first call-outs, that also means I did not qualify for the Sunday championship show. Although looking back, I don't know if I would have wanted to qualify for a show the next day, especially considering how long the show was on Saturday. So I think it was kind of, it was a bittersweet feeling, but also I believe everything happens for a reason. I've been telling everybody I didn't go into this show expecting, to win and take it all, because it was my first show. I went in with the intention of making first call-outs, I will say that, but I tried not to put too many expectations on this show. And I'm glad that I didn't, because I walked away from this experience feeling a little bit disappointed, but I think I would have been way more disappointed if I had put higher expectations on it. So yeah, overall, my first prep I would say was very successful. I've achieved so many awesome things in such a short amount of time, and I could not have done it without the help of my coach and my friends and my family and Luis and everybody in my small circle. I could have not done it without everybody. This definitely takes a village, and I'm so very thankful for all of the people that are in my life and every person who has been there every step of the way, and for everybody who's shown up for me. So yeah, this prep itself was very successful. The show I would not consider the show a success. I walked away feeling unfulfilled. It didn't necessarily meet my expectations, and I'm kind of walking away from this prep feeling, just unfulfilled. I feel like the job is not done. The prep is over, but I don't feel like I finished the job. So I guess that just means I have to prep again. But yeah, I'm hoping to get some judges' feedback soon. I would definitely love to hear, feedback about where I can make improvements, and what my future looks like in this sport. Again, judges' feedback is not always going to be everything, especially with Summer Shred not being an NPC show. Their requirements are a little bit different. What they look for is a little bit different. So it's kind of like feedback that I would want to take with a grain of salt, but I would still like to hear my feedback. Based on things that I've seen from, my stage shots and things like that, I can say that I could have came in a little bit leaner. I would definitely say that I could use some growth in my glutes. I could definitely say that my shoulders and like my upper body don't necessarily look as pumped up as they could have been. So I don't think I pumped them to their fullest potential, because on stage my shoulders still do look a little bit flat and a little bit small. It could have also been my posing, but I do think that I could have pumped up a little bit better. So that's just critiques that I've made for myself based on the stage shots. And I'm guessing, you know, judges' feedback is going to be somewhere along those lines. But we'll see. So what does this mean now? Now, this means I'm entering my off season. I have some trips coming up pretty soon. I'm going to be going to the Olympia next weekend, and then after that, we are going on a cruise to the Bahamas in mid-December. So I didn't think it would be very smart of me to continue prepping through those trips. So it's now off season. And I don't quite know when the next time I'm going to be prepping is. I still have to make some decisions. You know, do I want to continue to grow in this bikini division? Do I want to take a super long off season and try to grow into wellness? You know, those are kind of like the two, that's really going to be the deciding factor of when I prep next. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you all for joining me during this prep series. And this is not the end for me. This is only the beginning. While yes, I feel unfulfilled from this prep, like how it ended, that just means that I have so much left to give. And one quote that has gotten me through this entire prep is, when you feel like you have nothing left to give more. And that's exactly where I'm at. I know that I have so much more to give. This is not the end of my story. This is the first prep of the newest chapter in my life. And I'm hooked. This process was so amazing. And I learned so much about myself. You know, I worked so hard for 20 weeks. I didn't miss meals. I didn't miss cardio. I didn't, you know, miss lifts. I got my sleep. I was able to spend time with my loved ones. And I will say that this was a very successful prep. We achieved so much more than I could have ever imagined. At the very beginning of prep, Chase said that we don't know how this is going to go. We're going to go as far as we can and take it as far as we can and do as much as we can. But at the end of the day, we didn't know if I was going to make it through this prep, because during the time of us first working together, you know, we went through like my onboarding phase and my maintenance phase, and then we went into a mini cut, and my body started showing so much resistance to the point where like we were doing all the things and my body stopped responding. So with that in mind, we went into this prep not knowing if I was going to be able to complete the prep. So the fact that I was able to complete the prep, and the fact that my body did all of the things we needed it to do for 20 weeks was nothing short of amazing. So I already won. The fact that I successfully prepped means I won. And that's all I can ask for. It's not about how I placed at the show. It would be nice to know, just, you know, for my own peace of mind, because I need to know these things. But at the end of the day, I already won. I made it through prep, and I'm still in one piece. So yeah. Again, thank you for joining me for this prep series. We are ending the prep series here, but we will be starting a new series for off season. So, super looking forward to that. Let me know if there's anything that you guys would like to see in the off-season series that is coming up. But until then, I'm gonna close off the vlog here. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for all of the support. And as always, when you feel like you have nothing left to give, give more. I'll talk to you soon.